Should I bring another chair?
You will not be visible. Why do you want to stay invisible? Yes. Mira, it has been decided to deal with relationships.
What kind of relationships?
This kind of relationship. Especially, what is called romantic relationships.
That's always a problem.
Always a problem.
Then I have no
Problems.
I have no words to say.
Are you straight?
I am extremely straight.
She's privileged enough to not have to go through any problems.
So yeah, you were talking about relationships. What kind of challenges you face in relationships? You said boundaries,
Respect. To name a few.
respect. You can add cheating, then infidelity. You can be also a Jew. You can also say, because you must be aware of it. Trust. What else?
Impression, like what other people think, what people think, like assuming, any kind of assumption.
The threat of being misunderstood.
Yeah.
Generally, what I see is that people in a relationship think that they are a team, and when they think that they are a team, they always think the other parts of the world as the opposite thing.
Enemies.
Anyways.
Yes. So a relationship is exclusive, as he said, separating itself from rest of the universe. Well done, that's you see it. The moment you separate yourself, you are asking for trouble. Me versus you. Before relationship, it was just me versus rest of the world. Now it's two versus lots of other two gangs. That's very good. Why don't you come closer so it can be sound also? So, what will be the purpose of today's seminar? Is it to just understand the challenges in relationship, or how to deal with it? I think that's more important. How to deal with any challenge in the relationship.
I have a question separate to that. Why do we have relationships? Because
That was
if
growing in my mind.
we, like, why does it exist in the first place?
That's very good. So, you didn't ask it.
I didn't ask it. I was
Why?
thinking.
Because you think it would be too stupid to ask?
No, I was thinking of the moment, like yeah, we will.
You're waiting for
Yeah.
the right time.
No, the time I feel like either the yeah, something.
So here it's a free discussion, okay? No
Yeah.
one needs to hold anything back. No holds barred. Just okay. Please immediately interrupt and intervene. And we all are to think together. When one person is speaking, everyone listens without thinking.
Yeah.
That's a ground rule. When I am talking, you just listen. Don't start thinking in your own way, appearing to be listening.
Who's gonna get some water?
Do you understand this? Because otherwise there is no communication. Because what is communication? We discussed it earlier. What is communication?
Seeing the same thing.
Together, at the same
Same
time,
time.
with the same energy, with the same emotion. That is called communication. Now I am enthusiastically talking about, breach of trust. And you are listening to it, you say, what kind of things are. Then you are not listening. You should emotionally feel as if, he is not talking, but you are in him talking about breach of trust. So you should have the same feeling, same sensations in your body. That's called communication. It doesn't mean that you are agreeing with him, but we are starting communication. Are you getting it? You? No? આપણે વાતો કરીએ તો હું જે બોલું કઈ લાગણીથી બોલતો હોઈશ ને કે યાર મારી પાર્ટનરે મારી જોડે ચીટ કરી. હવે તારે શું સાંભળવાનું? તારા લાઈફમાં જઈને વિચાર કરવાનો કે હા મારી જોડે પણ આવું છે. Or you are just trying to listen to me and my pain. તારી સ્ટોરી નહીં ચાલુ થાય. So oftentimes there is no communication. And the other people might just be waiting for you to take a breath and they can start. Don't do that. Communication means he says something, it is here in the middle. All of us just look at it. All of us. That is communication. That is.
What if suppose you are saying that you experienced something bad in your relationship, but I don't know about your past situation.
Yeah, so
How
you
can I
are.
feel exactly?
You heard me. You are trying to understand it, but you can't. So you will immediately say, "Okay, but I can't understand you. Please, can you be more specific? Come up with examples." It shows your intention that you really want to understand. You are not challenging him and all that, but you really want to get it. Get it? Don't start arguing with him. This is all nonsense. Then there is no communication. There is conflict. Which means when we are communicating, we never use words for any purpose except inviting everyone to look at a particular thing. You are not talking to prove your point or do anything else. Okay, so you start. What shall we talk about today?
What is the need that everyone feel like the world right now thinks के relationship में boundaries होवी चाहिए, respect होवी चाहिए, everyone demands it. Everyone thinks that is the thing like they want in a relationship from their partner. So what is that based on, and like why is it के people feel respect and boundaries and everything is there, like should be there in a relationship?
So one more thing I would like to tell you. When you are speaking, please be very clear in your head what you are speaking about. That will make it easy for us to get it. So before you speak, be very clear in your head so that when you use words, they are few. Because attention is missing in most of us. We can't go on listening and listening and listening. So please try it again with clear understanding what you want to talk about. Be very specific.
what is a boundary and what is respect in a relationship. That is what I want to know.
So, what kind of feeling should I have? Are you talking out of curiosity, or there is some feeling also that is making you ask this question?
It's both. I feel curious to know that, like, why is it so common in today's world that everyone keeps talking about boundaries and respect in a relationship, and on the other end, I have like an experience where I was talking to someone while being with my partner, and the partner told me that what you're doing is crossing a boundary of mine. So I want to know, like, why my partner felt that way and what is it that made me cross the boundary.
Can I add something? So I think this is just my perspective. This word boundary and everything is just a man-made concept that people use. I don't know when it started, but it's another word for rules, basically. Like, these are my rules, and if you break them, then there's consequences.
So, are we communicating or are we conflicting?
No,
He is in pain. Did you address that? The emotion is that he has been charged with boundary violation.
so are you uncomfortable with that?
I've been told that I have crossed boundaries, so I want to know what is it that I'm doing which makes the other person say that.
Like, for example?
Like as I said, ke,
He told her, please continue.
yeah, my
I was talking to another girl.
Yeah. So, like, I was with my partner and I was talking to this other girl, and I was told by my partner that I should not be talking to her because it's crossing a boundary. So that made me question that why, like, what is it that,
So wrong about it.
yeah,
Okay.
And also, if I heard you correctly, you want to be clear what is boundary.
yeah,
Because it's
kind
not
of.
visible.
Huh.
Now, your boundary
Yeah.
and her boundary are quite not yet decided. There is no convention. You have
No.
not actually had a formal contract
No.
where boundary is defined, boundary violation is defined. So you are not clear. So first of all, you want to be very sure what a boundary means, so that you won't violate it if you have
Yeah.
accepted this
Yeah.
boundary
Yeah.
convention.
Hmm.
So you are wanting more clarity
Hmm.
about what it means, what boundary means, and what does it violation mean. Is that what you are
Yeah.
wondering?
Yes.
Yes, that's why I said that it's just another word for a rule which I have. And if you cross that, then I decide these are the consequences. Or this is like wrong for me.
So you are
But-
saying that the boundary essentially is your rule.
Yeah. An
which-
individual
which,
rule.
which you have actually, you might not have ever communicated to him,
No.
but in your mind there is a sudden creation of a boundary violation, and also suddenly you are constructing what is a boundary, whatever,
Yeah.
and then also immediately charging him.
Yeah.
Like you immediately make a new rule and charge him. Violation.
And also people assume that the other person should also have the exact same.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, you get her what she's saying? So, you have something to say about it?
In today's world, I have seen many relationships where people say that आ तो वस्तु खबर होवी चाहिए when you are in a relationship, like, and that conversation includes boundaries, respect, things like that, okay? આ તો તમને પહેલેથી ખબર હોવી જ જોઈએ. No one teaches you this thing. Like it should be known. So like why is that? Like why do people say that thing? કે આ ખબર જ હોવી જોઈએ.
And why do people say that, or why does a one particular person say?
No, it's not ke one particular person says it. I have heard many people say that. Be it my parents, or be it my partner, or be it my friends talking about their relationships. I've heard people say.
So, are you wondering that if it is something that is common knowledge, I don't know where did they get it, which special classes they attended, or which subject in a class you bunked and missed out on this very important critical information.
Yeah.
And now you are paying a price for it
Yeah.
because you don't know boundary violation. But which is so common knowledge, universal knowledge. And you believe it?
That it's common knowledge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what I've seen around me. That's it.
Are you saying that it is universally seen around you?
Not universally seen, but I
In
don't
your
know.
reality.
Yeah, in my reality, it is there.
It is there.
Yeah.
Can you give an example?
An example as in.
Which you have seen in your work. Not imaginary example. Because you said everywhere it is seen in your circle. So give me 3 examples where you have seen it everywhere.
Not able to think of 3 examples.
Because there are not such examples in your mind. I also see in this very, and I'm just asking, are you quick to accept blame and wonder something must be wrong with me? Is that so?
Yeah.
So is that it that makes you think that it must be common knowledge, but I don't know. So I wanted to check whether it is really your common knowledge or you are just assuming.
I might be assuming. Because I have always thought I'm taking the blame for that thing. Mana nathi khabar.
Yeah, and which is very, very shocking. I mean, khabar nathi. I mean, you don't know this even? This, any Tom, Dick and Harry will know this. Okay. How will you find out that this is common knowledge?
If I ask
One person or many people?
many.
And then you will reach a kind of the bold statement you made. It is there. But I think you are making statements on very flimsy, inadequate data. Isn't it? Maybe your partner is also basing it on flimsy data. Maybe there is no such rule in existence. Is there any? I mean, is a penal code where these are things mentioned? Yeah, penal code I'm asking. He's a lawyer. So is there a penal code? Or
Yes,
is,
penal
He missed the
code.
joke.
Penal.
oh God. Thank you for. So you are in the right company.
There is no more penal code, by the way.
What is it called? Indian?
DNS.
What is that? Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. Okay.
So penal का नाम change करना पड़ेगा.
Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita इसका नाम. So basically we are saying that why does this sudden eruption of a rule happen? I mean, it is just suddenly come up into existence. boundary violation rule, and you don't know everything. It's everywhere. It just happens.
What I, since you asked ki what is such, is there a rule like that,
Mm.
like penal code or something? What I can assume is that generally if you are straight, then talking or communicating with the opposite sex, if he or she is not your partner, then your partner might feel insecure or might feel jealous.
That happens if you're gay.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
yes, if you're gay, then it will be the same.
So yeah.
Yes.
So you are saying, are we all together? You all here? She is saying that they suddenly are freshly cooked up rules, and
Yes.
someone feels disturbed.
Yes, they create their own rules just to address their own problem of jealousy or insecurity through their own rules behind. But actually, they are themselves feeling insecure of the fact
So
that they are.
she is saying that these rules have just been freshly cooked up for you, but the real cause is some disturbance in the person who is blamed. In Hindi there is a saying कि कुत्ते को मारने के लिए डंडा मिल ही जाता है. If you want to hit someone, you will always find some stick around. So these sticks are immediately created in the brain. Boundary violation, pathological liar, and any kind of terminology can be used to attack. But she is saying that it is actually triggered by hurt or disturbance, like insecurity, jealousy, etc. Right? That's what you're saying?
I would like to add,
Yeah.
I said like boundaries, respect,
Yeah.
all those things. I would like to add like not lying, being honest, trust, being like just the term of honesty. के હું જે બી આ relationship માં છું તો I will be honest with you and like I will present my honest version to you. I will not lie to you. So that is also one thing. Okay, झूठ नहीं बोलवाना. And if you lie to me in the relationship, then it's a problem.
You are just extending it.
Yes.
So we are getting it, but the issue we are discussing is that these rules are freshly cooked. They are not written in any rule.
But they're also they are freshly cooked, but also not in the sense that I feel like it's taught as well.
Yeah, but just taught.
Yeah, as in it's not written anywhere, you're right, but it's taught from a young age. So when it gets implemented in your mind,
Yeah.
becomes a rule for you.
I got a very interesting example. When a person who had anxiety about masturbation, he was feeling guilty that I am doing some crime. And he said, even in Gita it is written that masturbation is a sin. I said, okay, really? Show me which part of the Gita you have read this? Because I don't think Krishna Bhagavan would be going into such nitty-gritty. So he said, I don't know, I have been told. So it's just like he has been told that it's a sin. You have been told it's a sin. And you just accept it gullibly
Yeah.
without any clarity at all. And what is the problem here? If you just accept it, you are unnecessarily trying to defend yourself, which doesn't work. Because the real issue is not boundary violation, disrespect, or anything at all. The real issue, which has not been communicated, but it should be communicated, what Julie said. It's hurt. Some disturbance in her, which she wants to say, I am hurt. I feel terribly hurt when you speak to X. There is no blame here. She is just honestly expressing her hurt. Now there is no problem. There is no freshly cooked up imaginary thing here. She is just saying, communicating her feelings that I feel hurt. I didn't like it when I saw you do this. She's not saying you are doing anything wrong. She is expressing her anxiety. Is that what you are missing when you just get too busy defending yourself? Or unnecessarily getting confused that, oh really, did I miss this common knowledge somewhere?
I think like part of me thinks oh, I missed this common knowledge somewhere, and part of me thinks but I was not like, it was not my intention कि वहाँ करूँ तना hurt करवा माटे करूँ के
That's being defensive, that's what I said.
yeah.
But if you say this, and I'm sure you must have said this, and you must have gotten a kind of psychological tight slap. What? और बोले छे कि I never intention था असु होता. It doesn't work. Because she is not attacking. Your partner is not attacking you. She is expressing pain. She doesn't know how to. She expresses pain in a way that appears like an attack. Actually, it's not an attack. And therefore, this is not communication. She is wanting you to know about her pain, and you are too busy defending yourself. You are not talking about same thing.
Just on G's point, I guess people create boundaries and whatever we want to call it to protect themselves from
Hurt.
hurt. Yeah, like if I have this, then maybe it will stop me from
Getting hurt.
yeah. And if I'm with someone who agrees with this boundary, but then people still do it anyway. So yeah,
So I
it
touch
doesn't
him.
actually work.
See, I literally touch him.
Yeah.
Now he has a boundary 1 centimeter from his skin. He thinks he has a boundary. I don't see it, so I just touch him. Says boundary violation. First of all, we never knew that this is called 1 centimeter. Andar gaya to boundary violation. Now, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it, so he immediately says boundary violation ho gaya. And 10 more people will agree with him. Yeah, it's a boundary violation because they also don't like it. But this doesn't mean that boundary is actually a valid concept.
Yeah.
Is it?
The hurt is valid.
Hurt is valid. You can't challenge it. Yes.
Why so? Why?
Sorry? Hurt. That's a very good question, but hurt is there, right?
It is there, but
Why hurt happens? So we will go into that. But hurt, you agree, right?
Yeah.
If I say I'm your partner and I say, when you talk to her, it's boundary violation. And you say, what? What? Which boundary? Don't even know this? He was taught in KG senior. Bunk classes. So, instead of that, you could have been even for communicate. If you wanted to do communication, you don't know what she is talking about, which boundary, you can ask, which boundary? Where is it taught? When is it taught? When does it become universal knowledge?
Ah.
Yeah. See?
Okay, urdu.
Yeah, but it will also lighten the atmosphere. Won't it? Because then the other person is forced to say, I am hurt. And not, unnecessarily create a phantom concept called boundary violation. It's just a ruse, an excuse to attack. Often China does it. You have violated a boundary, now we'll attack you and take away your land.
So what you're saying is that the concept of having a boundary is just to, like, my partner is trying to communicate her hurt with me, but
She
the
does it in
boundary.
a very tragic way because she doesn't know how
Yeah.
to communicate.
Huh. That is like that's what you're trying to say, right?
Oftentimes, when we get hurt, we don't say we are hurt, we attack. But I'll call you or ask you. Either you will attack me or you will defend yourself. But you will not ask yourself, okay, what's your problem? Why, what happened to you that you called me a rascal? Then I will say, I have Huntington's coat and I just keep on abusing it. Means I'm not attacking you, it's just happening. But you need to ask, there need to be clarity. So, whenever there is communication, we need to see the same thing. She is talking of boundary and you are saying, yeah, maybe, but do you even know what she means by boundary? You don't know. But maybe you have heard this allegation earlier in your life as well. Or you might have heard people talking about it, boundary violation issues earlier when you were a child. So you might think that, yeah, it seems to be a valid concept, although I have no clue. That's more likely, isn't it? So when someone says, you did something wrong, now, that is not the first time someone tells us. So immediately remember all the past times when we have heard people talking about wrong with each other or to you, and you assume it's a right concept, and you don't bother to find out what's going on. So do you now understand the importance of communication? You should really understand what the person is talking about. Don't assume. When she talks about boundary violation, don't assume you violated a boundary.
But what if he already knows that she is talking about her hurt, that he talked to another girl and she is feeling hurt and this is her reaction to the hurt?
But he is not doing that. He is defending himself the boundary.
What should be his next step since he already knows?
Yeah, so he says, are you hurt? Instead of trying to defend himself. Or say, sheepishly saying, I didn't do it on purpose. I was not intending to do so. And then he is getting a whack. But when you communicate, what happens? The beauty of communication is because you are on the same page, there is no conflict. Communication gives rise to oneness. Like our two eyes are separate, but my two eyes will always look at the same thing. Like I will be just looking at mirror. Left eye also looks at mirror, right eye also looks at mirror. They are looking at the same thing, but they will some slightly different information. Your left will see some angle, right will see some other angle. But both are seeing the same thing at the same time. And then the brain does the job of creating a mirror which neither left sees nor right sees. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So the real mirror that emerges is not either the mirror of left eye or the right eye. It is a combination. And that is why when we start communicating, the truth emerges. You don't unveil it. It is emerging. It's a process. So when your partner says boundary violation, and as Julie said, you say, it seems you are hurt when I talk to that person. No, I am angry. So you stand corrected. So she is not hurt, she is angry. Now can you feel that anger? Or no, you are still not able to explain angry is what? I was just, exchanging when did we have next day? That's what I was asking. I was not going on date with her.
I was just asking.
I just asked. I mean, if you are really relaxed, then use these jokes to diffuse the situation. But what happens to you as soon as you hear these words? What happens to your mind? You start shaking, trembling from inside, under attack. And when you are under attack, can you see?
It's blurry.
Blind. You simply become blind if your mind is not calm. Suppose I have a camera. This is a camera. And I want to take a picture of you. Will I be able to take it like this or like keep up with it and hope to have a picture of you? I can't. It has to be still. Our mind is the instrument through which we see things. Now, what is communication? Seeing together the same thing. Now, if your mind is, shaken, how can you see? No communication. Then any word that you use will be used against you. So, what is the first thing that you need to do? Calm. Then only communication is possible.
It is very difficult to calm the mind when someone is shouting.
How do you do that?
Yeah, so it's a crisis, isn't it? Someone is shouting at me, blaming me of, messing up with his wife. for example.
અને ના બોલીએ તો વધારે ગુસ્સો ના આવે?
So we blurt out in fear कि હું नहीं बोलूँ ना. Like this exactly happened today in a session I had. There's a couple who had come all the way from Nagpur. Husband said 2 hours for me. And the wife says next 2 hours for me. So 4 hours they were. And the same issue was there. What was the issue? I was talking about something, I just forgot.
They are talking to some other person. No, we were saying that you asked what if someone shouts at me?
Yeah,
How do I stay calm? And then you were giving an example.
when you are disturbed.
Yeah.
When a person gets disturbed, can he see anything?
No.
So I actually heard him for 2 hours, which cost him a bunch of money. And offered him just one thing. Whenever there is a crisis, what do? Don't you need your brain to be completely quiet? If there is a crisis.
એવું બી સાંભળ્યું છે કે દરેક રિલેશનમાં કોમ્પ્રોમાઇઝ તો કરવું જ પડે.
We will come to that, but we are talking about crisis. What to do when there is a crisis? Like was it not a crisis for you?
Yeah.
So what do you do when you are in a crisis? Suppose you are a surgeon. You are operating a patient, and suddenly there is a lot of blood in the abdomen. You don't know the source. It's a crisis. What do? You do whatever you feel like, or you run away, or what do you do?
Use my intelligence.
You call
Okay.
it
It's
Where is that? So you look for bring my intelligence.
No,
What do you do?
instinct.
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 Oh wow. I mean, the patient's relative knows that you are acting on instinct. You have a heart attack. Really?
You call another doctor.
There is none.
Video call.
The relative says, sir, I will help you. No. Okay, suppose there is a crisis like, there is a smoke arising in this room. Suppose there is smoke from this. So, does it give you some kind of a crisis? What do you do?
Fine, that's
Get out
You
the
run.
room.
He says, run.
Yeah.
Smoke doesn't तो भागी जाइए इसने. क्या वो क्या
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So, if she doesn't run away, because she says, this is a crisis. When there is a crisis, obviously you don't know what to do. That's why it's called a crisis. If you know how to deal with it, it is no more a crisis. So crisis means you don't know how to deal with it. Now when you don't know how to deal with it, what should you do? Run? That's his strategy. Run. So if there is smoke, he runs. She doesn't run. She says there is a crisis, yes. But I don't think running is a good idea. What would you do generally?
Look for a source, like where is the smoke coming from?
So what will you do? Open the
I'll
door?
look for the fire extinguisher and
You will look for a fire extinguisher. आप क्या करेंगे अगर स्मोक आ रहा है? Look for a fire extinguisher. And you don't find it, or it's exhausted, then you shout at your unit. Why is it not there?
I mean that will be the second part. But उससे पहले कुछ और करेंगे. Source ढूंढेंगे कहाँ से धुआं है.
नहीं, in fact you see a fire extinguisher, you see it's empty, and then instead of you smoke जाए खड्डे, first I fire that fellow. I'll terminate his job.
यार पे याद नहीं आया.
यार ये क्या? You are looking for
But
a
I
fire
was
extinguisher.
thinking about firing my fume like at that.
Okay, so you have given up. You won't look for fire.
No, તમે કીધું ને fume ને fire કરવાનું.
अच्छा, फ्यूम ने नहीं फायर करना, फायर ने एड्रेस करना.
हाँ.
Did you understand? Fun? Thank you.
It was not fun.
Oh, fine. So see, okay, you will look for fire extinguisher. What will you do? आप क्या करेंगे? धुआं, दरवाजा. भाग जाओ. चीज़.
Where is the fire?
Smoke is coming out.
From where?
From the store.
From this door.
Slit of this door.
I'll open the door.
You'll open it. Okay. What will you do?
I would search कहाँ क्यों लगा है.
You will open the
Yeah.
door with the risk that you will get a
But it will depend on the kind of fire smoke as well.
Yeah.
The
You
smell.
can judge the situation at the moment.
Judge the situation. If it is fire like heavy fire, then you
Yeah,
open the
no,
door.
then you escape. Find a way to escape
Timer
straight away.
open करो.
Time.
As soon as you open it.
What will you do?
Check करो इसके क्या क्या
Okay, what will you do?
Open the door and check it.
You?
Judging the situation, if I can't open the door, I go to a safe place and call the fire brigade.
ત્યાંથી fire આવે છે, check કરવાનું.
How will you, what will you do? To check, I will be doing it, checking.
ચેક કરીને પછી ફોન કરવાનો fire
Okay,
વાળાને.
what will you check?
કે સ્મોક શેની લીધે આવે છે?
Source.
Like अगर nano smoke હોય તો check now if the door also like catches fire, then I'll have to run only, no option.
Yeah, it's a small, I mean, it's just smoke coming from that corner. अगरबत्ती धुआं. Yeah?
તો એ check કરશું તો જ ખબર પડશે.
અને પછી શું કરશે?
અને smell પણ આવશે અગરબત્તી.
ના, અગરબત્તી.
तो जवा दिया.
And the chances are that you might find कि एक कागज છે ને એ સળગી ગયું છે.
That is
Small page is on fire. Now you will run. You will look for a fire extinguisher. And you are just going to call fire.
If it's a small thing, so I have the fire.
But first of all, you have to see whether it is a fire or it's a smoke from not a fire but a paper burning. Paper burning. So tell me, if there is a crisis, which means you don't know how to deal with it, then what will you do? Will you run?
No.
to see what
Should
the
have-
problem
Will you think of solutions?
Try to
Yes.
try to
Sorry?
see the problem.
Who said yes?
હા સોલ્યુશન શોધવાનો પ્રયત્ન નહીં
એટલે એમાં પ્રોબ્લેમ ખબર વગર સોલ્યુશન શોધવાનું.
Try
Yeah,
to-
fire brigade નો નંબર આપો. What પહેલા is the fire also or not?
try
It's
to
just a
figure
smoke.
out-
ઓકે
Try to figure out what is the cause of
How
the
will you
crisis
figure it out?
by
By going to internet?
looking at it.
Chat GPT, what are the possible
Yeah,
sources
that's
of
why you have to open the door.
પહેલા તો મેઇન સ્વિચ જે છે ને એ બંધ કરી દેવાની.
પણ કાગળ સળગે છે.
તો smell
First
થી
You
you
don't
open
know.
it. We'll see, no, that's why we'll open the
I
door
said,
and
so
see.
what? How? So we see, right?
Hmm.
When there is a crisis, you need to see. But can you see if your mind is shaking?
Okay, I'll panic, like, oh my, it's
Hmm.
like.
When you are in a state of panic, can you see?
No.
So the first thing that happens when there is a crisis is to be tranquil. It's very unnatural advice. Because આમાં કેવી રીતે આમ થાય? Like he is talking to the girl. Now, how can I, be quiet? How can I be quiet? Can you be quiet at that time?
I think Vimana will.
Let him come. It's a crisis. We don't even have to do anything. Mind has to be done. So when I was teaching this couple that your mind should be quiet, in the meantime, there are two young children who were out of the room and we had bolted the room from inside. They started banging. You want to come in? Actually, the mother anticipated it. Okay, doctor, don't latch the door. They will be banging and they will create such a noise now. You will now know what my children are like. She predicted. I said, okay, let's see. So I said, please come. Paise jao, wherever. You can take a chair or sit here, or you can sit with your partner. Okay, that's fine. It's all right. It's all right.
Sorry, but I'm too MR.
I said, let them bang. They will get the lesson that if you go on banging and there is no response, they may bang louder, still no response, they will go away. And that is exactly what happened. And they were at peace. They were playing in the room. And somehow, again they started banging. And I said, please be quiet. It's a crisis. Don't move. And they saw the magic of it. What happens if your mind is quiet? Because the wife's presenting problem was, these children don't let me be. They are so demanding. So what happened? They were shopping. And she bought a teddy bear. And the young child, I think 4-year-old, was holding on to the teddy bear. And the teddy bear was needed for the billing process. And you said, no, I won't give it. He thought she would take it away. Because she might have done it earlier. He won't let go of it. And then she shouted so loudly, they peeled. And they became statue. This is how she is handling crisis. Do you see the problem? There is a crisis, and crisis happens every time. Every moment, there is a crisis. In fact, we don't even see a crisis because we are so shaken from inside all the time, 24/7, that even if there is a crisis, we don't see it. And there are so many examples that I can give you from this very family, which is very fresh in my mind. How they see a crisis when there is none. Like the smoke example, how the husband's mother's phone got stolen from the house, kitchen. They thought the cook was responsible because the last location was near his residence. So the husband said, see, I know last residence location is there, so please tell us the truth. You have it. I said, no, how can I? If you know your wives are so graceful that if I ask them, they'll give me a phone anyway. I don't have to steal. So still I'm asking last time. He said, no, I'm not sure. Okay. So he said that then we will have to go to the police station. He said, yeah, please go. So he went to the police station. Now he's working in cyber security. And the police station had a cyber security inspector. And he became they became pals and said, okay, we'll find out. And they traced it to the same cook. He said, please don't worry, you get the phone. And they caught him and then started beating him. Police does that. Recovered the phone and sent it back. Now while the fellow was being beaten by the police, he called the wife. You see, you have small children and you know my brothers are very, they are goons. And kind of threatening. Now she got so scared that she literally fought with her husband that what do you think you are doing? You are trying to impress all of us by saying how fast you can solve a case at the risk of our children? See what he has told. And the phone conversation was not like that at all. He was not actually threatening anyone. He was saying, I have small children and please, he was not threatening her children. He was not even mentioning his brothers as goons. This is all the wife is making. So when there is no crisis, she is seeing a crisis. Was it a crisis when your partner talks to a girl? But you see a crisis because you might have seen this, that if your partner cheats, then it's the worst catastrophe you can ever imagine. You can't handle it. And when you are afraid of certain thing too much, then you imagine it's happening. And the people who had come today, the father is so protective that if the daughter goes out, he will not let her go out, thinking that she will run. So they were fed up of the father. And he had stopped his work, stopped his business just to protect the daughter, who is never going to run. But who will definitely run away if he keeps somebody else. So, question is, if there is some disturbance, there is a crisis. What happens when there is a crisis? Don't we start thinking a solution? How many people start thinking a solution? It's precisely the wrong thing you should be doing. Why? Because your thinking comes from knowledge. If you had that knowledge, there would be no crisis. Crisis tells you that your knowledge is limited. That's why I am there. But we stupid human beings believe that by thinking we can solve any problem. In fact, thinking doesn't solve problems. It might appear to solve one problem, it creates 10 more problems. I thought that it's better to concoct the idea of boundary and all that. Maybe it will solve the problem, scare him enough, so he doesn't ever dare to do this. But it creates new problems. So when there is a crisis, never try to solve it. We have discussed this in earlier seminars. It's a huge mistake, a blunder, that if you have a problem, you try to solve it. That's the wrong approach. What's the right approach? If there is a problem, never try to solve it. Look at it. Look at the problem. Almost always the problem will not need to be solved. It gets dissolved if you look at it. But you can't look because our mind is shaken. So first thing is, whenever there is a problem, settle your mind to be quiet and don't run away. Look. You know, Mira, one NVC advice. Whenever you don't know what to do, like you didn't know what to do, please, for God's sake, don't do anything. Don't speak, don't move, and don't think. But be there, stand there, looking very carefully at the problem. Just be there. Look at the problem.
I have a doubt. There's a fire in front of me. Like I look at it, but like it won't dissolve on its own.
There was, first of all, let me remind you, there was smoke.
No, I'm creating a fire.
We'll come to that. But if there is a smoke, will it help to look at it?
I feel this one.
Feel the smoke, smell the smoke, whatever you do. But then you look at the smoke, stand there, you may not open the door, but at least be patient, look at the smoke. What is the pattern? Is it extinguishing itself? Before you know, rush for the fire brigade. You just look at it for some time with very calm mind.
But sometimes like you don't have time to look at it. What if like there's a bomb inside? Like there's no smoke coming from it, but like
What
if I
if there is
just
a bomb? What will you do?
I'd have to run like as
And
soon
create a
as
bomb hoax?
What?
That's what they do on airport, na? There is a bomb here. Oh, sir, there is a bomb. There is a unclaimed bag here.
No,
Or
not
poor
like
fellow
that.
just
Like,
gone for toilet.
exposed bomb which like I can see and it's sticky. So like I can't wait and watch then.
No. When you know, then you know the problem, right? And you know exactly then what to do. You have to just call the police. You don't always just stand there and keep looking, waiting for the bomb to blast. That's not what you do.
Okay, then I'm seeing the problem.
You see, as soon as you see the problem is gone. Now it's no more a bomb. There is no fear. Now you know what to do exactly. You solve the problem.
It's like darwaja na andar tuck tuck, like a timer is going off. It can either be a bomb or it
Yeah.
can be just a watch.
Yeah, you can alert the
Unless
agencies and alert them with correct information. Don't imagine tick 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 when it might be your own watch.
And હું એ જ કહું છું કે can be a watch or can
Be
be
very
something inside.
careful. That's what I'm saying. Because if your mind is not quiet, you can imagine, hallucinate so many things. You can even hallucinate boundaries which are getting violated. You can even imagine respect. These all are words which we create on the fly, just like that. But whenever there is a problem, please stop everything. Not your heart or mind. Just stop. Look. Don't run away. Don't go wait for Hanuman Chalisa, sab kuch theek ho jayega. Not with time, just watch. And as you watch, almost always the problem was not even there. For example, the person I might be talking to, the girl, was telling me that I have been trying to call your partner so many times, but she's not picking up the phone. Her mother is having a heart attack. But you need to watch. When you are a surgeon, there is bleeding, you just don't use your instinct. That's too dangerous. Instinctive surgeon. You have to watch. And if there is an obstruction, you have to remove the obstruction for more clarity. Ask from gauze pieces, to remove the blood, have a clear field of vision. That's what we do. Not just for all problems, whether it is business problem, personal problem, mathematical problem, examination problems. Stop everything. Don't think. This is the worst thing, because if you think, you can't see. But do we know how to quiet the mind? But do we know how we unquiet the mind? How we disturb the mind by our thoughts, assumptions? We know that.
That's the easy part.
That's the easy and instinctive, habitual part.
Yeah.
That's what we have been trained to do. We have seen our parents do it all the time. As soon as they are hurt, they start attacking each other. That's what they do. We have no role models. As soon as they are upset, they start attacking. Just like that. Start barking, biting and all that. Just because, for no reason. And these small children who are witnessing all this, they think that's how the whole world works. The whole world doesn't and shouldn't go this way. I wish parents were more perceptive, see, and be quiet. And I told the couple today that if you stay quiet instead of quarreling with your in front of your children. They will learn some beautiful lessons from you. That when you are in crisis, just be quiet. Look carefully. You will not be angry. You can't be angry if your mind is quiet, can you? Can you be scared if your mind is quiet? If your mind is quiet, you will find, oh my God, she is hurt. Then the compassion begins automatically. Because the right response is, if you see pain, actually because you are quiet, now you see the pain, then you compassion. Leadership. Do not be busy defending yourself. See how important it is to be quiet and silent in a crisis. But our minds are never quiet, and therefore, even when there is a crisis, we can't sleep.
Yes.
That's a big problem.
Quiet રહીને બી પછી એવો વિચાર આવે કે બહુ ચૂપ રહી જઈશ તો પછી વધારે ગુસ્સો.
Very good question. He is asking, what's the point of being silent? But silence is not quietness. When you are silent, you are seething from inside, either scared or angry, but you are not quiet. But you only know that what is happening in your mind, and you remember it, I was so disturbed, but I remained silent. And you will use it next time to attack your partner. You see, I don't shout like you. Who stopped you? So basically, this is one master key I tell you, and you will always have crisis. Always there will be problems. First thing to do is understand that you can't solve the problem by thinking. Otherwise you would have solved it. It would not even be a problem. Obviously.
Because if I had the knowledge, then I would see it as a problem.
Yeah. For example, how to drink tea is not a problem. It's not a crisis. If you know how to treat tuberculosis, it's not a crisis. It may be crisis for the relatives. It's not a crisis for you. तो कौन सा स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी में the patient comes, oh God sir, is obvious bleeding and all that. He said, who is the patient? Oh, the motorcycle is the patient. So basically you see, my dear friend, when there is a crisis, you should know it that there is a crisis. Don't know anything else. At least you can make up a crisis. તમને problem છે તો ખબર પડે કે નહીં? But what's the rule? As soon as there is a problem, you stop breathing also. Don't use this muscle especially. Tongue. The worst. Don't use hands. And don't use thoughts. Because you may become silent.
Not quite.
But your message is clear. જો હવે ચૂપ થઈ ગયું. That's what the word. હવે કેમ બોલતો નહીં? બોલતી કેમ બંધી? બોલ ના બોલ. So that won't work. But suppose you are quiet. Actually you are not silent, but you are quiet. And say, બોલ ના. Now you don't know what to do. આ તો ખબર જ ના હોય ને.
આ પોઈન્ટ હું પહોંચ્યો જ નથી.
Pਹੁંચીશ. You will reach there, and when you are just, and she attacks you. ખબર નહીં તું પોછું. હું ગાંડી છું જો બોલ કરીને તું બહેરો છે. Fresh attack. And you don't know, of course you don't know how to handle it. But you don't run away. You say, yeah, this is the last time. This is the last time. Bas. You just watch. Look her in the eye. But because your mind is quiet, you are neither scared nor angry. You are curious. You really want to find out where the smoke is coming from. You are really curious. Have you seen cats totally focused on something? That's the degree of attention you need. And don't look here and there, because there are fire coming out of her eyes. Can you look into the eyes of a partner when she's attacking you? You can't. then game is over, you have lost the game already. And that encourages the other person. Okay, just one salvo and he's flat. Now he will never dare to do it again. And you also do that. And when you want to do that, you do it very stealthily. And of course, you'll get found out. Did it happen to you or not? Yeah. And when he got found out, then of course, fresh rules were concocted. You are a habitual, pathological, what kind of antisocial person, criminal. You look to be so very innocent looking guy. But there is a real villain inside. Now I know you, huh? That's what happens. It happens. Did it happen to you? Yeah. It happened. This is how it goes. It's so dangerous to do anything except being really quiet. But only when you are quiet, you can see clearly. And the definition of intelligence is what? Clear perception. And the intelligence doesn't belong to you. It's not inside your brain. The intelligence is hovering outside your brain. It just needs clear information. If you supply the intelligence with clear information, the intelligence will help. But intelligence is just asking for one thing. Please use your eyes and tell me what's going on. But you don't do it. There was an amazing experiment in Japan. The underground railway system in Japan, world famous for its tremendous engineering and planning. Say, suppose there are 25 cities in Japan which are interconnected with a network, timing and everything. But how to lay down the rail lines between cities, whether you should connect A to B or A to E and then to B, that kind of. So the scientists in Japan took 10 years to create the track. Now what the scientific experiment was done, on the map, the Japan cities, they put it on a table, and on those cities they put crumbs of bread. And then they placed a single cellular mollusk, so it feeds on crumbs of bread, which actually throws tentacles and grabs. And they went on feeding the thing on the same city, right? Now this mollusk, which has zero brain, it is just a nucleus and that's all, no brain, single cell. So it is spreading in all directions and then reconnecting in everything. And then the channels which are not useful, it kind of disintegrate automatically. And ultimately, after 6 minutes, the pattern that it struck across the points was exactly matching the underground Japanese railway system. Just matching. Where was the intelligence? So, inside our stupid heads, there is no intelligence, there is just knowledge and your instinct. And lots of conditioning. That's not going to help you in a crisis. The only thing that can help you in a crisis is intelligence, which is not inside your brain. But what does intelligence want? Clear perception. But that requires you to be quiet. That's why this simple logic. When you don't know what to do, please don't do anything. Drop everything. But don't run away. Be attentive. Look at the problem. Don't look at the solutions. Look at the problem. When there is smoke, don't look for fire brigade and all those kinds of things. Look at the problem. Look at her. And then let the other attack also come. Why are you looking at me like a zombie?
I'm looking at the problem.
You call me a problem when you are the problem? You can have very good humorous interchange like that. But you see, this this is what is required, and then what comes out of you will surprise you, because it's not your creation. The response is done by intelligence. You just need to supply it with clear information. You can only give it when your mind is quiet. This magic key will work everywhere. It always works. I never use books, knowledge, anything. I just try to be quiet and just listen to it, ask for clarity. And somehow I am surprised at how it happens.
Our problems are so different for somebody who is blind, like because
Sorry?
they can't see.
Sorry.
If somebody is blind,
Yeah, we all are. Because we are
or
thinking.
like
Yeah, she's talking actually.
actually,
They know much better than us. They are not blind.
but they're not able to see.
They are seeing much more. એને ગુજરાતીમાં શું કહેવાય ખબર છે? જ્ઞાન ચક્ષુ કહેવાય. તમારે તો ચક્ષુ હોતા તોય એક્સિડન્ટ કરો છો. એના એક્સિડન્ટ ના થાય. Blind people don't meet with accidents. Their other senses are so sharp, they won't fall into ditch. We always, when we are on the phone,
But they have trained themselves to be like that.
they
Because
have
they're not
to,
able to
otherwise they
see.
can't survive. They can't survive.
You said a statement that due to your thoughts you cannot see that there is a crisis.
You will see what you think. If you see boundary violation, you will see boundary. If you think boundary violation, you see boundary violation. You see, thoughts make you see things. All your dreams are made of thoughts. You can actually see them.
Your eyes see what your mind knows.
Absolutely.
They teach this in surgery.
Yeah, they teach this. Exactly.
So for
And they also say out of sight, out of mind.
No.
So it's very important to see using the eyes, not the little eye inside you. That little small eye, that's the real problem. Me, which is made up of your experiences, past experiences, your conditioning, your knowledge, your instincts, everything. That is what I is. And it is the source of thoughts. I says, I will solve the problem. And this poor eye gets shut.
For me, it happens in literally. For whenever there is a crisis, I don't know if, firstly, I don't know if it is a crisis or not. But suppose I feel uncomfortable or.
That's a crisis.
Yes. So, what happens? The next physical symptom is always I feel very sleepy and I go to sleep.
So we usually go to blindness. In fact, people who are scared will close their eyes, hold on to anything. And if you hold on to something, the other person will start going, hey, what are you doing? Yes, ma'am.
Is it because of fear of uncertainty?
Yeah. But crisis means uncertainty.
No, we hold on to things and people because we are scared of like uncertainty of
Yeah.
what is coming.
We are scared of uncertainty because of our genetic program. Like we are suckling the breast of mother because of a genetic program. We have not undergone classes of how to suckle mother's breast. It is programmed into us.
Hmm.
Fear of uncertainty is programmed in every child.
Hmm.
That's why he wants to stay with familiar circumstances. That's why it is called family.
Hmm.
That's why he feels very anxious when he's outside the family. He starts screaming. It is not only true for human beings, also true for elephants and all other animals also. They get very anxious, but only when they are a child. If you grow up and also have anxiety about uncertainty, then you can't explore the world.
But I think now everybody is scared of uncertainty because everybody finds a way to hold on to things, be it materialistic things or
Yeah.
people or
And whatever they hold on to doesn't help.
how it leaves.
It never helps. And their brains are anyway fried by the mobile phones and reels and AI inspired solution to problems. Don't we? If you have one problem symptom, I will tell chat GPT. What are the possible causes of cough? First is cancer, second is tuberculosis. One consultant told me, sir, do you do CBT? I said, why? The patient is asking. I said, hell, don't. If he comes to me, he will get scolded. I decide what to do. He doesn't decide. No, मैंने DBT करी आपको एक लाख मारे. We lost rascals. Who are you to decide what treatment is to be given? So that is thanks to ChatGPT. So whenever we have a problem, we first go to ChatGPT.
But nowadays they are teaching like a patient has the right to like autonomy.
Yeah. They are feeding onto the patient's fears and their own fear of being litigation. The American culture. If someone asks me what's wrong with me, I said, you will require 8 years of state medical education to understand what I'm going to say. So don't even ask me. Just take what I say. Or go away, find some other doctor. I can say that. Because I don't encourage fear. They should face their fears. Tell me exactly why do you want to know? Do you want? And if I tell him what will he do? He'll misinterpret it. He'll never understand it and scare other people. So first of all, as you said, we can instantly sense crisis if we are not unconscious or numb by constant mobile phone. You can sense crisis. You can see some deviation. For example, when you reach home and your mom is a bit sad, you immediately know. Don't immediately scare, hey, what happened to you? Just stay quiet. Look. Maybe there is no system. Maybe you are misunderstanding. What is now, please tell us, thanks to the opening, what is the solution to any crisis?
Quiet your mind and not use your thoughts to look for a solution. To look at the problem and
Then do nothing.
Yeah,
You are not
do
supposed to
nothing.
do anything. Intelligence will do.
yeah.
So again, I am going to quote the most famous one from, I will credit it to Marshall Rosenberg, who said, when you don't know what to do, please do nothing, but be there. What he meant? Be fully alert, awake. Look at the whole pattern. Look at the pattern. The truth will reveal itself. It will 100%. It always works. It's such a simple, but you need to practice it.
Can I like give an example? If I don't feel like studying, then what should I do?
It's a crisis, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the crisis here? You don't want to study because a part of you is saying study, otherwise you fail in the examination. But are you aware of this conflict in your head? No. I don't want to study, so you go to,
It's
Right.
like I don't want to study, but at the same time I'm not able to enjoy other things
Of
because
course
back
not.
of my mind I feel like I should be studying right
Yeah.
now.
So now you apply this. You don't want to study. It should not be a crisis for people who don't want to study. But it's not as simple as that. You don't want to study. It's much more complex. That's why it's a crisis. Like it's not a crisis if you offer me non-veg food and I'm away. It's not a crisis for me. I can say no. I don't want to study. I don't want to learn. So it's not a crisis. It is a crisis, which means it is much more complex than it is. Then you have to look where? Inside your mind, because the problem is in your mind. I don't want to study. No one is telling you, your mind is telling you. So look at what? Mind. But not with irritation. Oh God, no, why did I choose this course? It's so damn hard. That rascal of my mother told me to do this course. She just wants to have. Don't go there. Just look inside. What's the problem? Just look with quietness. I don't want to study this. You're just looking, don't even ask why. You're not supposed to think. And what happens when you see this? What is actually I don't want to study? Is it that certain concepts are difficult for me? Then, if it is so, you'll know which concepts are difficult. Now it's easy.
Or if the concepts are easy and I'm just feeling lazy.
There is nothing like laziness. I have not seen a single lazy person in the world.
I feel like I feel lazy sometimes.
So, are you feeling lazy, or are you blaming yourself for being lazy for not wanting to study? Because you have been called lazy by your parents when you are not wanting to study. That has got nothing to do with laziness. Because if you are really lazy, you will not go out and play. So you are obviously not lazy. You don't want to study. It's a crisis. Look inside. What do you see?
Maybe I'm
tired.
scared to start.
I'm tired. Oh yeah, I am scared too. So you see now. I hope it's a real life example. Good. Look, I'm scared. So scared to go back.
To start.
I'm scared to start. So what is the fear about starting?
Maybe I won't be able to finish it.
Yeah. So there is a prediction that I won't be able to finish it, or I won't be able to understand howsoever hard I try. What is that? Just look at it. What is it? What are you seeing? It's just a thought that you are believing to be true for you. Even look at it. What do you see behind this thought? You know, you have been called lazy by your parents or someone, or by your own self, or something like that. You can never understand it. Your professor might have told you that you won't know anything. You might have heard it during Viva Voce of anatomy. This is what happens. So, and you kind of give up. That's how, students in normal classes suddenly hate mathematics, because they don't understand abstract subject and the teachers don't want to explain it. They want their parents to teach it. Otherwise, during parent-teacher meeting, they will fire the parents. What are you doing with the child? Not doing homework. So basically, you have found out that you can't do it. You are just believing. Like someone believed in a boundary wall. You just believe. It doesn't even exist. So, what makes you think so? Are you questioning it? Questioning is seeing. You really want to see clearly. Where does it come from? What is the seed of this thought, belief about it? What is? Are you sure? Are you clearly seeing that you can't do it? Clearly? Or you are just thinking? And why would you be thinking like this? So you just keep looking, and that is when there will be a clarity, and it will surprise you. Because that clarity will then be used by intelligence. Just solve it.
Sometimes I make perceptions about myself and I won't be able to do it. Like right before the exams, I feel like I won't be able to.
Yeah. So we have created an image about
But it's
ourselves.
never.
Just as we also, our favorite hobby is to create images about ourselves, about people, especially people whom we are very close to. So once we make an image of yourself, or suppose you make an image about me, now you can't see me, can you? You only see your own image stuck
I
on
only
me.
see you through my lenses.
Exactly. Now
If one
when
of
you
my
have an
lenses
image
are
about
different.
yourself, do you even know yourself? No, you are seeing yourself through your own image of you. So do you see the image? Self-image.
Not through like the image that I made.
Yeah, but now do you see it? That you are suffering from a self-image, and you believe it to be true when actually it's just an image. It's not even you. then you see the danger of any image, self-image or other image. As soon as you see it, the intelligence will say, why the fuck you want to have an image of yourself or others? Just drop it. It's not useful because it blinds you. As soon as it blinds, if the blinding thing is removed, will you say I'm lazy? You can't because the image is gone. The problem that I can't do it, the fear of starting ends as soon as the image falls. Because the image is the cause of your fear of starting anything, because you might have a memory of yourself starting something and not continuing it. It might have happened once, but you might have remembered it 100 times and might believe it to be true for yourself. That whenever I start something, I never finish it. I told you last time you did make a tea for me successfully to start it and ended it. Didn't you?
Not technically.
So basically, see, as soon as you inquire, you see the danger of images. Now you never expected that you would come to the image business. And what does image do? It blinds you. We are extremely blind to people whom we know most. Because we spend so much time with that person, we have created a very strong image. So we know, I know my husband, he's a rascal. But the padosi no husband apne ko waro laga. Amazing. Learn from him. She used to have an image of him. Any wife na pujo. She has formed an image. So once we see the danger of images, means when we see it, the intelligence is very simple. Get rid of images. No images. Don't know your loved ones. When someone says, what do you know about your partner? Don't know. I'm just curious to know how he behaves today. Yeah, of course.
But then why do like
Then you say it's relationship. I mean, you should be predictable.
why is that then? કે relationship હોય તો એવું જ વિચારીએ કે predictable હોવું જોઈએ કે એવું
This
હોવું
is how
જોઈએ
we
કે
control people. We like to scare people. We like to stay scared. So if we have such strong expectations,
And also that, going back to the uncertainty, like we don't
Yeah.
like it. We wouldn't,
and now
yeah.
again, thanks for reminding me. The fear of uncertainty, like suckling the breast, is only limited for childhood.
Yeah.
When we are grown up, it should be turned into no fear of uncertainty, but exploring uncertainty. That's how we grow. Otherwise, we will stagnate.
but there is a notion કે when you are in a relationship with a person, the end goal is to completely know that person and
Are
કે
you,
મને
are you, you are in
આ
relationship with a statue which never changes. Now you are fixing that fellow, literally mummifying a living thing. अनारकली बना दिया उसको, जिंदा चुनवा दिया. You are killing a living thing by creating an expectation. You have to behave like this, and you will behave like this. I know my partner; she will never do this. Oh, who? You'll be in for a surprise.
can't you see like someone's nature?
No. You should be ready to be surprised by everything. That's how you know. Because you are expecting something from your partner, you don't see how she's changing. You miss the crisis. And then after 5 years, when you find her in a very steamy affair with someone, you get a
Then
shock
you're-
of your life. It's too late now.
Then what is the point? Like I want to come back to her question. Then why relationships?
Why? Because is it to give you certainty? You're still looking for certainty.
Are relationships, I'm gonna give you a silly question, but
Oh,
are
what's it?
relationships like biological? Like, are we conditioned to be in relationships? Or are we conditioned to be in
Are
attachment?
we in relationship? Don't call them relationships. You are disrespecting the word relationship. We are already in relationship. We are always in relationship. But
Okay.
we don't understand that relationship.
Yeah, that
We
kind of
superimpose on a very superficial, man-created conceptual
Call-
relationship, which is relationship. We call it
Yeah.
relationship.
That's what I'm
Romantic
talking about.
relationship.
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
Yeah.
That's utter nonsense. Therefore, there is no relationship. If you have an image, how can there be a relationship? You are in relationship with an image which is in your own head.
Yeah.
It's what is it called? Incestuous relationship. It's an incest. Because you are falling in love with your own kin.
Yeah.
Your image is your kin. You don't even know that person and you don't even care because you have mummified him. A living thing you have mummified and then be shocked, hey, Ajay mummy aam bharyo? I expect her to be still. Is this a relationship? It's past.
I'll change my question then. Why romantic relationships?
It's hormones.
Is it biological?
It's biological. It's
Is it
hormones.
like a way just because we have
Don't give it the name of relationship.
But like, you know how human beings like we procreate? Is it just there for that?
Of course.
That's it, right? And everything else around it is just man-made.
Yeah, everything. And then of course, once the procreation done, the process done, then evolution doesn't care. Because evolution's job is just that you procreate
Yeah.
and DNA get transmitted, then you may go to hell, you may fight your partner, no problem. You
But it's
can-
entirely not true because like gay couples don't procreate. Like they don't come. They genuinely like each other.
I've seen many gay people. I
Like-
don't know why they are gay.
No, I was talking about the procreation.
So gay is a state, a genuine gay. Because recently a person came from UK, flew from UK for sex reassignment surgery. Again, Google and all that. He actually dated the gay people as well. And other called community, it's called, what is it called? Discord. There is something called Discord community. All made of LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Very underground. And then they get advised by these gay people, and he was sure that he is transgender. He was sure, and he actually then, while in UK, subjected himself to hormone replacement therapy online. એટલે એ છોકરો હતો ને એણે ઇસ્ટ્રોજન આપવાનું ચાલુ કર્યું, બધું બહુ ચાલુ કર્યું. And પણ જે કોમ્યુનિટીમાંથી એને ઇસ્ટ્રોજનની એડવાઇસ મળી, that community also got him addicted to drugs. Then it led to psychosis, and he was flown to India, came to me, and found that he had neither psychosis, nor nothing, nor anything. He was just searching for his identity. And after just a few sessions, the whole idea of a thing has gone from his mind. But there are genuine cases where there is a sense that you have a clear sexual orientation. Sexual orientation is homosexual. Gender identity is correct. So I am a man, I know. So that's my gender identity is correct. And my sexual identity is I am attracted to men. So that is gay. That is real genuine gay. Now this is something again related to hypothalamic activity. If there is a small tumor, 1 mm size one, in certain area of hypothalamus, a heterosexual person becomes gay. All his life he has been heterosexual, he becomes gay as the tumor advances. You remove the tumor, he becomes hetero. And the tumor regrows, he becomes
So
homo.
it's all hormones.
It's very anatomical, it's very biological, and it's a kind of a mutation of the genes.
So what about bisexual people?
All these kind of variations, and some of the bisexual, see, sexual orientation is more about multiple things, very complex. It's not just purely biological, it's also situational and psychological, multiple things are involved. Like in gay society, it's very difficult to find partners. So you have to be opportunistic as well. When people are put in jails, like male jails, they are all heterosexual, but they end up being homosexuals because they have to have a powerful sexual drive to release become homosexual. So it is multiple, it's not very simple like this, quite complex, it's a very dynamic thing. Just giving it a name of gay, it doesn't mean anything. There is not just one gay, there are multiple shades of it.
50
But
Shades
words
of Grey.
confuse us. Sorry. 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 What do you say?
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, I was going to say that. Darker shades. 50 shades darker. So I think the most dangerous thing एक तो image cover पड़ेगी. Most dangerous thing are concepts, freshly cooked up concepts, imported concepts. They mean nothing. Like there is a word called bottle. It stands for a bottle. The word boundary stands for an actual boundary. Like cell boundary, cell really exists. But the boundary word that we use for in relationships is not even a boundary. It's just a threat, which no one can verify also. So, do we see the danger of using words and concepts? But human beings are very proud for using concepts. They are thinkers. Soon they become stinkers. So they stink. Human being, no animal is more miserable than human beings. It's just because they are thinkers. Our thinking blinds us. Do we accept it? Especially in crisis. Whenever there is a problem, we start problem solving. We will also brainstorming. As if you storm the brain and you get some nuggets of good. So I think that's interesting. And you have any clarity questions? Does it give you any clue what to do when in crisis?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
Quiet my mind. Like, not to get any thoughts.
I tell you one thing, my dear friend. If your mind is really quiet, it is always crisis all the time. You can start seeing crisis
But
all.
like, I don't know how to quiet my mind yet.
Okay.
Like-
Now, very good. That's a crisis for you now, right? Apply the same principles. When you say I can't quiet the mind, what is actually happening? The mind gets disturbed by what? Thoughts, feelings,
But there can be
beliefs.
like, I'm not thinking about anything, but still maybe I'm feeling sad.
It's not so.
But like, I'm not actively thinking about anything.
Is there a smoke without fire or something?
No.
Same way, sadness has always a cause. It's a disturbance in the mind. It has always a cause, and always it is thought.
Yeah, there's a cause for that sadness, but I'm actively not thinking about
You are not
anything.
thinking about it, but it is always there.
Hmm.
But you are not looking at it. Because you are so sad, which means so blind, that you can't even look beneath the surface.
That something's bothering me.
Of course.
Hmm.
Sadness is there, it has a reason. Always has a reason.
Hmm.
But we don't see it. Please be calm, and there are hundreds of opportunities of you to become quiet. That is called meditation. Meditation means quieting your mind when you are in a crisis. But how do they do meditation? Quiet room में बैसी जाता है. First the room has to be quiet. And then close your eyes. Close your eyes. And then meditate for 20 minutes in the morning. And then feel very good. And then do all the mischief rest of the 24 hours. And then again next morning, I am doing meditation. And even doctors start saying, meditation karo, do haru kai. Somehow you even don't know what is meditation. Meditation is done with open eyes, not in a quiet dark room. It is done when you are directly living, when you are talking with people. Are you sure your mind is quiet? When you are talking, your mind has to be quiet. Otherwise, you will be talking stupid things.
Does quiet means not thinking?
Not thinking, but just watching.
But how can I meditate while talking to somebody? Because
Can you see me?
yeah.
That's meditation. Seeing is meditation, not closing your eyes.
But like while in meditation, like there should be no thoughts, right?
Of course. When you are seeing me, how can you think about me? And if you think about me, you can't see me.
That was a good one.
Think and see.
No, oh no. You can switch. 1 second you see, 1 second you think. That's called multitasking. There is nothing like multitasking. Either you are seeing or you are not seeing. You can't do both at the same time. I will ask you to sit and stand at the same time. Can you do that? And if you do that, what happens? You are tired. That's what happens when you think. It tires you out.
That's why you sleep. Because
Unfortunately.
it tires your mind.
Yeah. And still your mind doesn't stop.
Then how, like, this is a bit different from that, but સુવા માટે કઈ રીતે મગજને શાંત કરવાનું કે કઈ થોટ્સ વગેરે
Yeah, some people.
Look at your mind.
મગજ like
Watch your thoughts. It will be very, very interesting.
no, if I like talk about myself, I have this thing where it's a bit difficult for me to fall asleep, like not and even though I go back
Can you really fall asleep? Can anyone fall asleep? It's not involuntary control. No one can fall asleep. One can wake up. Waking up is in our control.
Yeah.
Falling asleep is not in our control. And you say, I can't fall asleep.
Ever
Of
it
course you
takes
can't.
time.
It doesn't take anything. God knows when it happens. Only He knows. But you fall asleep.
But
You can't predict it. But if you are begging for it, I want to sleep. Everyone around me is sleeping and snoring. Oh my God. Why me? Why me? Do you think you'll sleep? With all this shouting happening in your head?
No, then like I want to know કે એટલે મને એવું થાય ટેક માય એક્ઝામ્પલ કે હું સુવા જાઉં ને તો આખા દિવસમાં કંઈક આમ મ્યુઝિક સાંભળ્યું હશે ને તો મ્યુઝિક ચાલુ થઈ જશે મગજમાં.
Which means you are not seeing. You are just, you will do anything but देखेगा नहीं.
પણ તો હું એ સોંગને જોઈને હું લાઈક હાઉ
તો song ને જોવાનું.
કઈ
song માં ગાવાનું નહીં.
અચ્છા
You start singing the song in your head. You are not looking at the song. And if you look at the song, you can't sing. If you are looking at your thoughts, you can't think.
how
Are you
do I
getting
not
it?
sing the song
Can't
and look
happen.
at
It
it?
happens simultaneously.
Yeah.
You know.
Hmm?
How do I not sing the song and just look at the song?
So you should practice seeing. Not when you are in bed because you are too tired and you have lost all your energy. Mitochondria have developed big holes in them. So basically, what you do is practice seeing in daytime. For example, practice seeing non-living things first, because you can see the bottle without calling it a bottle in your head also. Even if that is difficult. Can you look at the bottle without the word bottle in your head?
No.
See how challenging it is.
Mm.
That is meditation. After seeing non-living things, then you go to plants. Look at flowers without calling it a flower, yellow
But
flower.
that would happen when I forget my knowledge. Because since childhood, if somebody has told me this is.
Now you see the danger of knowledge?
Hmm.
Now you see it?
I didn't understand.
She says she can't look at a rose without calling it a rose. So rose is a knowledge. So the knowledge will make you blind. And you know your partner so well that you are completely blind. You know your mother so well that you're blind. I never know anything. Like my wife, she's always surprised. I can't predict what she can do. She's quite unpredictable. So is life. Life is always unpredictable. That's the beauty of life. But you want your partner to be predictable. Just to service your need for fear of uncertainty. You want a certain partner who can highly predictable.
But
And loyal.
then why do people chase stability in relationships?
Sorry?
Is it stability?
Wow, world has
That
gone
is just
crazy.
like-
It's all crazy world now. If your partner is very predictable, you will be bored with him.
So you're not supposed
You
to
will
be
just
bored
talk.
with your partner.
You won't be bored with her.
No, I'm asking like
Just you are bored with her doesn't mean you should be bored. Sorry?
What I didn't understand.
If you are bored with your partner, don't be bored with him. But does it mean you should be bored with him? So anyway, basically please practice it. Otherwise, if you don't practice what we discuss here, it's of no use. Why we are having this session for young people is that you practice this so you become intelligent, and when you have children, you treat them well. And once such children grow up, they will lead the world. They will change the world, not you or me. That's why I am talking to young people. be silly parents. All parents in the world have gone crazy. They just want their children to be number one in the class and earn maximum things so that they can move around the society saying, my son, in Microsoft, in USA, Silicon Valley, Oxford City. So please, see the danger of knowledge, memory, instinct as well. Just see the value of meditation.
Meditate करते करो
Looking at you without thinking. So she should always be a surprise to you. You should never know her. Someone asks, do you know her? What?
I'm curious as a super set.
And I use OJ. That's the real relationship. If it is predictable, it's not even real. It's just mechanical. Mechanical things are always predictable. Are you mechanical or are you living? I think we can go on and on, but please practice this. Please practice it, for God's sake. Because when you see, your mind automatically has to be quiet. If I ask you to take my picture and he's shaking you, you say, hey, don't shake me up, I'm taking a picture. So when you are looking at something, you have to be necessarily quiet, otherwise you are not seeing even. You are just assuming.
So if I do that, like, suppose I practice that towards my partner, I'm just seeing them, I'm not thinking, I'm not thinking anything about them.
Yeah.
Just seeing. And એ મારા જોડે વાત કરે છે તો if I'm just seeing them, I'll be able, like, then હું જોડે સાંભળું બી છું કે શું બોલે છે.
Of course.
તો
But seeing means સાંભળવું also,
Highlight.
touching, બધું આવી જાય.
All senses.
All senses.
Got it.
And remember, when you are just seeing, you are not remembering anything. Don't bother to remember. Don't bother to know your partner. But the brain knows. The way you learnt your language, you did not try to learn it. It just, the background was learning. So if you spend more time with your partner, the brain will keep on learning. You don't have to remember a thing. So consciously don't remember anything. Unconsciously the brain is too smart. So suppose you go home and partner stabs you. I am not telling you that next day expect to be stabbed. So next day you again get stabbed. So then your brain knows. It will stop you. You don't have to remember.
તો
And you should still be ready for her to come back and say, what was happening to you? It was a position.
પણ તો ત્યારે તો પછી મારે શું કરવાનું? એણે મને 2 વાર સ્ટાર્ટ
તારે કઈ નહીં કરવાનું, તારે જોવાનું.
પણ ત્રીજી વાર સ્ટાર્ટ થવા જાય તો મરી જ જાય.
એટલે પણ એ જોવાનું નહીં, એને જોવાનું હોય, એ સ્ટેપ કરવા જાય ને તો આમ ડબ થઈ જાય. Because he is brain telling you, be careful this time. You go there and as soon as you draw out your knife to surprise him, you say he.
But sometimes,
Mask,
but
Mask,
sometimes
Mask, have you seen Mask movie?
no.
You shoot him and he goes.
But sometimes the other person is so powerful, like then you get killed.
Nothing is more powerful than intelligence.
So
You think
intelligence
your
will
body
kill
has more
you.
power? Oh, elephant is much bigger. Tigers are much more bigger than we have. So-called stupid cunningness, knowledge. So knowledge is more powerful than body, but intelligence is million times more powerful than any knowledge. So AI can never beat you because AI can never access intelligence. And intelligence is perception. AI cannot see. You access intelligence, but you don't know how to. The way to access intelligence is meditation.
Oh, but doubt. If like he comes home and his partner stabs him, what if he dies in the first time only?
Yeah.
Intelligence will become much
When you talk about death, it's very important to know that this death is the most beautiful thing in the world. Without death, life would be so horrible. Imagine no one dying. All the old people, pus going everywhere, and they are still alive.
I wanted to ask.
The dumpster ground.
Even your body is dying at the same time as it is creating. So dying is necessary to live. Unless you die constantly to your knowledge, you can't live. Actually, you are not living. The more knowledge you have, the less you are alive. That's why every child is more lively than you.
But sir, a stabbing વાળું situation લઈએ તો
આપણે violence બહુ આવી ગયો.
જસ્ટ એન એક્ઝામ્પલ તો એણે મને લાઈક મારા પાર્ટનરે મને બે વાર સ્ટેપ કર્યું થર્ડ ટાઈમ મારા બ્રેઇને શીખી લીધું કે ઓકે હવે ડક કરવાનું છે કે ખસવાનું છે કે જે બી રીતે ઇવેડ કરવાનું
જોયા વગર ડક ના કરતો.
ના, ના,
જો ફ્લાવર આપે તો ડક ના કરતો.
ના ના જોયા વગર નહીં જોઉં છું આઈ એમ સીઈંગ
The knife.
યા આઈ એમ સીઈંગ ધ નાઇફ એન્ડ આઈ નો કે ઓકે હવે આ મારશે તો આઈ મૂવ હું ખસી ગયો પણ
Will you move? એને
It
શું
will
થયું આ
happen,
વખતે
like-
ખબર છે? આમ ખાલી ચપ્પુ બતાવે અને પાછળ છે ને એને ભાલો મૂકી દીધો.
હા,
તું આમથી જ
હા.
ફસાઈ જઈશ. You should be very attentive. Don't do anything. You actually, I tell you what, don't take the burden of doing anything. Never do a thing. Just watch. It will happen on its own. You don't have to move a muscle. બધું કરનાર છે ઉપરવાળો. I'm not being preached. તારી જવાબદારી એક જ છે. You have got one. ઉપરવાળો શું કરે? ઉપરવાળો needs your eyes to act. પણ તું આંખો બંધ રાખે, તું તારી જાતને દોરડાયો સમજે કે my knowledge will protect me. It won't.
તો
You just have to keep your eyes open without using your knowledge. Knowledge should
shouldn't be
be
thinking that કે હવે આમ ખસી જાય,
Never,
ખસી જાય.
never. Thinking is the worst thing. It has made man go crazy. Never think in your life. The day your thinking stops, you'll be very wise.
How can I make my partner stop attacking me?
Yeah, so as she pulls a knife, look at her. They say to she, you're just looking at her. You are not scared. So there is a reason why she's stabbing.
Then I
She
talk-
wants you
I
to
try
wake
to-
up and look at her new dress, and you're not. You're too scared to look at her new dress. And she has made up her mind. Jo આજે એ નહીં જોયે ને મારું રેડ ફ્રોક, આજે તો મારી નાખીશ.
Earlier, there's a actual case like I heard about. I saw it on the internet. Like some girlfriend burnt her boyfriend alive.
So,
He was stabbing
did
Chrissy.
you interrogate her?
What?
What led to this?
એને ઇગ્નોર કરતો હતો એવો.
Yeah, like I
કોઈ
saw
ઇગ્નોર
it.
કરી શકે? એને ઇગ્નોર ફીલ થાય.
He feels her.
અને આવું એક્સ્ટ્રીમ કેસ ક્યાં થાય? There must be some
Mental
mental
harm.
sickness. There has to be psychiatric illness.
Mhm.
No, they can hallucinate things. They
Yeah.
can delude.
So she tied him up in the bed and then burnt him alive.
But
Because
okay.
of this.
This is the consequence of excessive thinking, internet, watching, stories. all that.
My final question બીજા જણે જે પૂછવું હોય. Another situation if I take કે બે પાર્ટનર્સ છે હસબન્ડ અને વાઈફ હસબન્ડ વાઈફ જોડે વાયલેન્સ કરે છે તો હવે વાઈફ હસબન્ડને જઈને લાઈક ધ વાઈફ ટ્રાઈઝ ટુ સી કે why is the husband doing this or
Not why. Why then she'll start analyzing.
so what is she supposed to
Just look at her. What's going on?
પણ એ
Fear
મારવા આવે તો
Look. But if you look, you are safe. If you think, you are not safe.
એ like she is looking પછી
I have invented a game. Tara answer. I have invented a game. A sports બન્યું નથી. It will soon become a sport. There is a ground full of mud, and there are no two teams. There is just one. So 50 people are in the game together. The task is to try to, and everyone is wearing white shirt. The task is to બધાને મડમાં પાડી નાખો. To throw people by whatever means, but they should never fall. So it is all right and legal to attack people so that they fall down, and your job is to not fall down. Does that answer your question? You are not supposed to fall down, but people will try to fell you. You need to protect yourself. What will protect you? Not your thoughts.
Intelligence. So હવે
and don't blame કે તમે પાડ્યા કે
પણ તો
Of course,
એ
that's going to
હસબન્ડ
happen.
એ વાઈફ હસબન્ડ જોડે કમ્યુનિકેટ કરવાનો ટ્રાય કરે તો બી એવું થાય કે લાઈક શી ઇઝ ટ્રાઇંગ ધ હસબન્ડ ઇઝ નોટ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ અને ફરી સ્ટીલ હી ઇઝ બીટિંગ હર તો પછી વાઈફે શું
See,
કરવું જોઈએ?
I can answer this again ad nauseam. તમે ગમે તેને એટલી વાર હું આ જ વસ્તુ રિપીટ કરીશ. Just look. Don't assume anything. That wife is going to repeat herself. She is a living thing. She is not a machine કે એક જ વસ્તુ લાગે. You can't predict her.
હા નો can't predict her.
So just look at her. But the job કે તમે તું પડી ના જાય એ તો તારી જ છે. No one will protect you.
These are real cases. For example, જે maid મારા ઘરે કામ કરવા આવતી હતી, her husband used to beat her and like steal money from her. એ કામ પણ નતો કરતો and then he would drink and then એમને fracture પણ થઈ જાય, like the maid.
Yeah.
Still she chose to be with him because of,
Because of, did you ask?
I don't know, she
And
doesn't
why
know
would she
who-
keep her pocket open? I mean, money bag open.
So she
When
would
she
have
knows
tried,
she
no,
used to-
she would have tried to hide it, but like he would find it every time.
So she should find a better place. Use
But
it.
why?
Put it in his pocket. He will never find it.
But the end shouldn't she just
But
like
it's
leave
affecting
the
her
husband
so much,
to
like-
save herself?
She's getting bruises and fractured bones and all, but this is not right. Sorry, matlab, it's hurting
Have you
her.
forgotten last
Sorry,
session's
I
lesson?
forgot. It's
Right
hurting
and wrong.
her.
પણ તો વાઈફે જતું ના રહેવું જોઈએ હસબન્ડથી દૂર કે ઓકે આ મને માર જ કરશે કઈ બી
Something
કરું.
is sinister. એ આંસુડા ઉપાય કે જો હું કેટલી બચારી થઈ ગઈ છું બાપડી થઈ ગઈ છું. Don't believe them. They are real rascals.
નો હું મારા કેસમાં વાત કરું છું
હા.
કે થઈ જાય એવું ખાલી કે બધું લાઈક આઈ એમ નોટ સેઇંગ કે પ્રિડિક્ટેબલ વસ્તુ કરશે વાઈફ બટ અનપ્રિડિક્ટેબલી એણે ઘણી બધી વસ્તુ ટ્રાય કરી
And
તો
so,
એટ વોટ પોઈન્ટ લાઈક ડઝ શી લીવ?
like you go on attack me and she stays around with you.
હા તો shouldn't she like leave?
You want her to leave?
No.
That's why she doesn't know. Because she loves you. And this is your love. Sadomasochistic. You enjoy hitting, she enjoys being beaten. That's a pathological
પણ
relationship.
હવે એને ગમતું બંધ થઈ ગયું તો
That's a poor, that's her crisis. Why do you bother? You deal with your crisis. Don't invent other people's crisis. What about your crisis? You are just wondering why she's not living, why she's not, I'm beating her every day, why she's still there. And you keep on trying.
Like if she stops becoming a
So what is
masochist-
my crisis? કે
I
I
don't
keep thinking કે એ like જતી
Is it a crisis? Or you are,
inventing?
or you are not seeing a crisis? The crisis is that you are not alive. You are just being mechanical. रोज मार करे काम. Repeat to yourself. You are no more alive. I think that's all. And anything else that
No.
is burning inside you?
No.
Will you try to be seeing things without thought?
Hmm.
Don't recognize anything. Never recognize each other. Cognize each other. Never remember. Because remember ક્યારે કરીએ જ્યારે dismember કરીએ ને પહેલા. First we dismember a thing and then remember it. My God, કેટલા હાડકા થઈ જાય.
Thank you.
See, it's all practical and doable. I don't say anything from books. I do it with my life and